What is a why? A why is the underlying motivation or purpose that drives an individual to pursue a particular plan or goal. It represents the core reason behind one's action. For those who was here yesterday, this kind of reminds you of that THAG principle that we were talking about. The mind, the heart, and then the action. We go and do the work. Providing a sense of meaning and significance. The why serves as a source of inspiration and commitment, helping individuals stay focused and resilient in the face of challenges. You're going to need this why with you wherever you go. Ladies, keep that why tucked in your purse. You're going to need to get that purse open and pull that why out when things start getting tough for you. Brothers, get that why and pull that why out of your back pocket, because you're going to need it an awful lot. There are going to be many situations where you're going to need to pull that why out of your back pocket and use it. It is a powerful force that guides decision making and shapes the path towards achieving objectives. There's no way I could have made it here if I didn't have my why. I told you all yesterday what my why was. My why was, first, my father. Second, my wife. Third, my family. And you listen to many people today, they'll say first, my God. Second, my family. Third, my husband. No, your husband, if you have a husband, your husband comes number 2 on the list before the children. I know that's not what the world teaches today. Husbands, your wives is number 2 on the list. After the Most High comes your wives. I know the world don't teach that today. They teach us to put our kids before our spouse. No, the spouse comes before the kids. So I did not want to leave my wife, and I did not want to leave my children. Why is also informational. These are questions that you must be asking. And this isn't on your notes. You can just write this in with a pencil. Why is also informational. We need to be asking questions. Why? Why this? Why that? Well, why does my body respond like this? Well, why do, when I eat this, do I get a headache? Why? You need to wonder these things, because your body is going to give you the information that you need to tell you, hey, something is wrong. My blood pressure is up today. Hey, something is wrong. Something ain't right here. So in my course, I have a section called Appetite Mastery. And in that Appetite Mastery, we ask questions like, why am I hungry? Why am I hungry? So we should be able to respond and say, I'm hungry because there is a chemical in my body that tells me when I'm hungry. And there is another chemical in my body that tells me when I'm satisfied. Okay, so whole food works perfectly with this chemical that's in my body. And like I said, this is in my Appetite Mastery class, and I'm giving you a little bit of it. Whole food communicates with your body and says, hey, I've had enough. I've had enough now. I'm done. And so your appetite goes away. With ultra-processed food, we should be asking why. Why do I eat so much of it? And why do I not know when I'm full unless my belly is exploding? Ultra-processed food cannot communicate chemically with your body the way that natural, whole, the Most High made food communicates with your body. He's built something in the food to tell your body, I'm done. But when we eat this ultra food, this ultra processed stuff that they give us, this industrial edible product that they give us, it can't communicate with your body to tell your brain, hey, you're done. So therefore, we find ourselves doing this, watching a TV show, shoveling it in. It's full of air, high calories, putting on weight. Before we know it, when the movie's over, we've eaten the whole bag of it and we're still not full. It's because it's been designed to be that way. So start asking why. Why is it when I eat a salad and after I'm done eating, I really feel good? It's because it has communicated with your body. That's why. So why is informational. Learn to start asking more questions about your diet. Why does it do this to me? Why does this food do that to me? It's so important that we get the why down, okay? All right. A why is important for several reasons. Let's look at these. Number one, motivation. If you do not have a why, you're going to lose from the beginning. Your self-control only works for a little while. It may work for a day. It may work for a week. Hey, it may work for a whole month. But it's only going to work for a little while until you have that why back behind it, and that why propels it forward. So, why is good for motivation? It is the purpose behind your plan. See, the problem with most of us is we don't develop a plan for ourselves. You have to have a plan. You can't do it without a plan. Many of us want to do it without a plan, but we fail because we're not working that plan. Okay, this week, my plan is this. I plan on doing this, and by this day, I'm going to do this. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to decide that this week, this is going to be important to me. See, if you don't have that kind of plan, then you're more likely to not succeed. Okay, focus and clarity. Focus and clarity. A clear why is a guiding principle. You're going to hear that word principle an awful lot this week. Principles are very important. They're things for you to grasp and hold on to when you're in that situation. It helps make tough decisions that aligns with your purpose. Okay, so what do you mean by that, Ed? What do you mean? I don't understand that. Okay, so I'm a man. I love to read from the Word of the Most High. I had my eating lifestyle begin to align with how I believe biblically. So therefore, I chose to eat fruit, which I understand that comes from the Word, and I chose to eat vegetables, which I understand comes from the Word. That also includes legumes. It includes all, the Daniel fast, all those things that are in the Daniel fast. Everything that's grown in the Bible, I will eat. Okay? So because I align myself with that, my decisions that I make are aligned with my purpose. I believe that the Most High heals my body through his food. So therefore, that's what food I'm going to eat. And because I stuck with that plan, the Most High healed my body through the foods that I ate. So do you understand? You're going to eat the way you are aligned with your belief system. If you believe that because you've read in Leviticus chapter 11 that we're not supposed to eat pork, you're going to start living your lifestyle in a way that keeps you away from that pig. You won't consume it. Why? Because eating pork does not align with your belief system. So does everybody understand? Let me know if you don't understand. Shake your head for me so I know that you do understand. Okay. All right. So you're going to find that when you develop a certain way to eat, it is going to align with how you believe. And that is very important that you keep your food and your belief. Your food and your belief, they need to run a close race together. Okay? Because when you align that up, you won't get outside of that. Like I know processed food, I won't fool with it. I'm not saying that I won't touch any of it. There may be a time where I do, maybe I will allow myself to have something, but I eat so good that it's not going to matter if I eat that one thing. And I know how to eat that one thing and not eat no more of it for months. I know how to eat some processed food, ultra processed food one time and may never touch it again for weeks upon weeks. And that's where we have to be. If you're a person who has a nature like me, you know, when I would eat something, oh darn, I ate it, so might as well go ahead and keep eating it. That's the way that my character used to be. But you're going to find that the Most High is going to change your character through food. You won't look at it the same anymore. You'll say, this is food, this is not food. Okay, toughness. Toughness reminds you of importance of your goal and helps to overcome obstacles. You have to be mentally tough when it comes to our dietary needs. I'm sure any of you all, if you walk out of your house and walk down the street, you're going to see billboards that are going to be flashing signs of food. Eat at Joe's, McDonald's, have it your way, Burger King. You're going to go down the street and you're going to see Kentucky Fried Chicken, Arby's, Steak and Shake. You got all of this food. And then when your belly, see, because we don't understand certain things that are going on in our body, the chemical reactions that are taking place in our body, and we start to get hungry, then we start to give up. Well, I'm hungry. Well, I could just eat just a little bit of this just right now. You know, I'll start back again tomorrow. No, toughness comes in at that point. That's why you need toughness to step in, remind you of importance of your goal, and helps to overcome obstacles. Okay, here's an important one too. Commitment. Commitment. It's your compelling reason. It's what drives all of your effort. Commitment. When I decided what I decided, on the day that I decided, I was committed. March the 12th, 2023, at about 6 o'clock in the morning, I made the commitment. It's going to happen now. And I committed myself to doing what was right. I committed myself to eating what was right. I said to myself, I will not put anything else in my body that degrades my body. I will not put any defiled mess in my body that degrades or defiles my temple that the Most High has given me. I made a commitment. I made a commitment to my father. I made a commitment to my wife. I made a commitment to my family. That is my why, and that is how important your why is. You have to develop it. I know it's easy to not, have to think about this. It's easy to just say, oh, I'm just going to do it and just start going to it. No, it's beyond that, y'all. The food is created for you to be addicted to it. It's like cocaine is, I've never had cocaine, but I have had food. Never had cocaine in my life, but I have had a Snicker candy bar. I'd wear it out. Matter of fact, I wouldn't just have one king-size Snicker candy bar. I'd have to have 2 king-size Snicker candy bars. I was addicted. And I was addicted because it was made for me to be addicted to it. So that's when the commitment popped in. So when I go into these stores now and I see that Snicker candy bar today, if I walk into a store and I look over and see a Snicker candy bar, I don't give it a second wince. Why? Because it's my destroyer. It's the one that brings me sickness. When I walk past a bakery or drive past a bakery that I used to enter frequently, I don't even look that way. Why? Because it was the demise of my body. It is what was destroying me. And that's the commitment that we have to develop. So please, don't look at this as light. Don't look at this as something that is, hey, I'll decide today and I'll just, no. I want you to sit and evaluate on how you're going to overcome. No man goes to war and says, I'm not going to sharpen my sword. No man goes to war and does not clean his weapon. No man does. And that's what we are doing. Our commitment is our weapon. It is our sword. So when you think about motivation, when you think about focus and clarity, men who've been in the military before, when you get that rifle up and you're focusing in on and you're getting that target clear, that's exactly what we are doing now. We're focusing in on and we're getting clarity. We're getting a clear sight on where we plan to send that round to, where we plan to go in our life. That's what we have to do, ladies. I didn't mean to leave you out of that. But you can understand what I'm saying. All right, so let's get some clarity about what we're trying to do. Let's get some mental toughness going on. We've been beat up way too much. The enemy has beat us up way too much with all the different kinds of foods that are not food. He has beat us up, and our bodies are carrying the shrapnel from it. He's planting bombs everywhere you go. Ad, boop. Social media, boop. Vegans, for those of us who call ourselves vegans, you can get just as big eating vegan food than you can eating regular food. Have you ever heard of vegan junk food? It'll cause you to gain just as much weight as regular food does. All right? So let's make sure we have that toughness. Let's make sure we have that commitment. Okay, the next one, alignment with values. Often has to do with values and beliefs. Be your authentic, it should say authentic self in the pursuit of your goals. I'm not going to do something that does not suit up with my values. Okay, I'm just not going to do it. I don't eat pork. So you're not going to find me going to a hot dog stand. You're not going to find me going over to some friend's house who've done stuck a hog in the ground and they done cooked it all day. And, hey, Ed, won't you come over and, man, we're gonna take his hog out the ground today. Come on over here and get some of this good old food. No, bruh, hey, I appreciate it, man, but I can't roll like that. Can't get down like that. I'm sorry. Can't touch it. I'm not going to do it. It does not align with my values. Why? Because I read in a famous book that swine is an abomination to eat. I know all the different doctrines out there with it, y'all. I understand. Well, all we got to do is pray for it. Mr. Logan, all we got to do is just pray over it. Well, that ain't what I read. You can't take something that's a trash can today and clean it up and say it ain't no trash can no more. You can't do that. Once a trash can, always a trash can. Just the way that it is. That's me. That's my values. And your values may be different. So you got to connect things with your values. That's my values. I'm not trying to push my values off on nobody. I'm just explaining to you how alignment with values is so important to your goals. Okay? Inspiration for others. I want to hit this one. Inspiration for others. People watch you. Come on now. I was 280 pounds. People know me. People know what Ed Logan looked like. When I come down the street, they know me. They know what I look like. They see me eating in all the restaurants. They know what I was eating. All right? But when you decide to make that change for yourself, people are going to stop and they're going to take a second look and they're going to wonder. You want to know why they're going to wonder? Because you've just done something with yourself that they've been wanting to do for years, but just can't do it. And here you come, looking all healthy and full of energy, done lost weight, and people are like, man, what have you done? You become an inspiration for people. Some people are not going to change until you become the light that's in their life. You have an important role. I already know the Most High has brought you here. When you get what he's saying, when you get what he's trying to show you, and you let it affect your life, and you begin to apply it to your life, watch the people around you start to gather around. Some of them, they're not going to come to you publicly. They're going to message you to the side. Hey, so what have you been eating? Why are you calling me? You could have asked me this on Facebook. People don't want to be seen. People don't want people to know that they have problems and that they have issues. But what you're going to do is, because of your life and because you've changed your life, you're going to help pull them out of the hole that they're in. You're going to help open up that door for them that they want to go through. They just don't know how to do it. But because you've done it, you're going to grab their hands and you're going to pull them through it. See, that's all we're doing right now. That's all we're doing. You build inspiration for others. They want to follow you. See, when you go before other people will start to get in behind you and tag along where you're going. How inspiring is that to know that little old me can inspire somebody so much that they change their whole lifestyle. And they've been wanting to. They just didn't know how to do it. There was nobody there for them. They had no example to see before them. You're that example. And it's time for you to begin to let your light shine. See, a lot of us have been thinking that our light is shining. No, we've had a dim bulb. Here we are thinking our light shine. Our light ain't been shining. But it's time for you to let your light shine. All right. One last thing. Builds communities. I dare say that many of us who are on here, we're going to be friends for life. Just watch. We're going to be friends for life. As a matter of fact, I'm great. You know, without vision, the people perish. I'm going to give a vision that I have. And I don't know when this is. But one day, I see us meeting in a hotel somewhere. I don't know what city. I don't know where it's at. But one day I'm going to see people coming to that hotel, flying in from around the country. Some flying in from around the world. And one day we're all going to meet each other. One day. I believe that. I'm not going to call out any names, but I got some names in my head right now. You guys are pretty special because you guys are doing this live with me. The next group that comes through to listen, they may not be able to do it live. But you guys are probably going to be the only group that goes through this whole week that's going to be live. My next one may be automated. It may be these videos, but they may not be live with me. Okay, so I want y'all to feel special. I want you to feel important, and I'm so glad you're here. But there's about 2 or 3 names that I could name right now that I could say, I believe that we're going to see each other one day. And I believe that you're not going to be confined to a chair, a motorized chair. You're going to walk on your own power. And we're going to see each other and we're going to greet each other. And see, that's family. And that's what family has to do. So family helps each other out. So be family to people. Share your life with folk. When you've taken that weight off, or if you don't have a weight issue, when you've got that higher energy and people are noticing you're clear and you got all this energy, you don't know what to do with, people are going to notice that and you're going to be able to share with them. It's your duty to share with them. All right? Fulfillment. This is where I'm at right now. You have contentment. You're content with where you are. I've never been at this place in my life. Never been here. I was always in a place where I just couldn't be still, because I'm trying to find the next meal, the next sweet thing, the next thing that's going to bring pleasure to me. What can I put in my mouth over here? Oh, where's that double-deck caramel cake at? I want that icing to be about that thick in the middle of it. You see, those things never allowed me to be content. But now that I'm eating the Most High's food, I'm so content with it. Why? Because I feel nourished. My brain gets its proper nutrients for me to think correctly. My body gets the proper nutrients for me to feel good. I can watch other people getting sick and I don't worry about it. Because why? Because my immune system is on par. It's strong. I don't worry about if I get around a sick person anymore. Those are the things. That's what's going to inspire people. That's what's going to build communities with people. You're going to have all kinds of friends that you are going to become to know simply because you made the decision to change your life. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, here's a very important part. Oh, I've got like 13 minutes left. Man, y'all know how tough this is to try to squeeze all this in a matter of an hour? All right, this is important. 3 types of whys. Okay, I had to process this out. I promise y'all, a lot of this stuff, this Most High gave it to me. And the Most High give it to me, I got to share it. 3 types of whys. Your basic why. How many of you all knew that whys were on different levels? Shake your head yes or no for me if you knew that whys was on different levels. Okay, so let's look at this. Your basic why. Your basic why could be one of those. Let's talk with the ladies right now. Ladies, you may have that wonderful special dress that you used to get into. Right now, you don't know. You want to get back in that dress. All right. So I've got a class reunion that's coming up, baby. And I'm going to get in that dress. You just wait. I'm going to slide myself in that dress and I'm going to look good. Okay. So your why for getting in that dress is because your class reunion is coming. Now, is that a really important why? No, it's not. Let's find out why. Because that has something to do with how you look. And I'm not saying that that's not important to you. I'm not saying that that's not important. But your life is not going to fall apart if you don't get into that dress. It's not. You'd like to, but if you're anything like me, you love food so much that it was a good goal, but it just didn't come to pass, and you're still wearing the same clothes to the reunion because you just couldn't do it. Okay, let's go to another why. So that was a lower level why. Let's go to an important why. An important why is something that does have a significance to it. Let's say that you're having problems in your marriage. And because you're having problems in your marriage, you're going to have to come up with a why as to why you need to take care of this. Because this why could be somewhat detrimental to your marriage. So you're going to take it a little bit more serious. Well, I need to do this. Let's just say, husbands, let's say that your wife says to you, honey, when I married you, I loved you with all of my heart. When I married you, I said I would give you all of me, my heart, my soul, my mind, and my strength. Sweetie, you're getting just a little bit too big for me. And if you can't change, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it anymore. You're going to have to lose some weight. And if you can't lose any weight, I just can't do it anymore. Okay, now let's come back to reality. We were just talking about. Let's come back to reality now. Okay, that's a pretty important why, isn't it? Why do I need to lose weight? Because my wife is having an issue with me with my weight. And she's probably tired of seeing me look the way that I look. I'm probably just not attractive to her anymore. So that why is a pretty important why. So you're going to up the ante on that why. Okay? That means you're probably going to work a little harder. But guess what? Sometimes it's just not enough. Even if our wife would tell us they're going to leave us, it may work for a little while, but it's possible that it's just not enough. Because why? Because I apparently love food more than I love my wife. Real talk, y'all. We doing real talk. Ain't nobody playing here. This is real business. We talking about the mind and the things that go in the mind. The heart is deceitful above all things. Who can understand it? You could have the most beautiful wife in the world, but that pleasure that comes from your stomach somehow outdoes that beautiful wife. How am I telling you this story? My wife never told me that. She never told me she was leaving me. She just went ahead and just left me alone. She just left me alone. She said, I done been talking to this boy all these years and he ain't done it yet. So I just might as well just learn to love him. And I'm so grateful that she did learn to love me. I'm grateful that she did do that and that she didn't decide to take the kids and leave because she just couldn't stand it no more. But where I was at that time, she'd have told me that, I probably just would have went and got me something to make me feel good for the moment. I hope I could have changed if she said that to me. That's a big why to have to come across. That's a big why to have to take care of. I hope I would have had the strength to go to get over it. But the Most High had another plan for me. The steps that he put me through, it wasn't meant for me to hear that from my wife because, see, he had another plan for me. So he didn't allow that to take place. He has another plan for you all. That's why those types of things may not have taken place. But if it did take place in your marriage, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, let's look at the very important why. I've got 6 minutes with this one. This is pretty big. The very important why. You go to the doctor and your doctor says, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, could you sit down? We need to have a serious talk. And this serious talk we need to have is about your health. Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, if you don't change your eating habit, you're going to die. Mr. So-and-so, Mrs. So-and-so, you've got cancer. You've got 6 months to live. How strong do you think your why has to be after hearing something like that? It better be of the utmost importance. That why had better be way up there. Because now you have something that is detrimental that is about to take place. Many of us don't want to think about it, but you're about to go meet your maker. You're about to go meet your maker because of your health, because of something that we did to our body. Y'all know that scripture in Corinthians that talks about any man who destroys his temple, I will. That ain't quoted much now. That ain't quoted much. Any man who destroys his temple, I will destroy him. That's serious. That is a promise in the Bible. You ain't gonna hear it much. Many of us don't want to talk about it because many of us are right there. I'm just gonna give you the truth. The truth is there. It says that the truth will make you free. It'll set you free. So if a doctor told you today that you had cancer and that you were going to die, would you, and there was an opportunity for you to correct it and be healed, would you develop a why to help conquer it? Shake your head for me if you would. Yeah, I would too. And so this is where many of us are right now with our health. We may not be at the 6-month limit. We may not be a year out. Some of us may be 3-4 years out. But you have the opportunity now to go back and redo. See, I was going to call this the food redo challenge, because we need to go back and redo what we learned about food. So we need to go redo what we learned about food so that we can correct these symptoms that we are having in our bodies. We need to remove these diseases that are going on in our bodies. And this is how we do it. We develop a why. So your homework for this evening is, what is your why? Some of these, you may not have to do. Some of you may not have to create a vision board. Some of you may operate like that. The reason why I went ahead and put that in there, because some of you may need to see it. See, I'm a physical person. I need to see things. So if you create a vision board and you put this up here, I want to go on a cruise. I want to be well enough I can get up and walk, and I want to go on a cruise one day. So you'll put a big cruise ship on your vision board. One day I want to go run a marathon. And so you'll put maybe the Boston Marathon on your vision board, because that's where you want to get to. You know what your goals are. You know what your plans are. Create your vision board. If that's something that you like to do. If you don't like to do that, hey, I'm not telling you that's what you got to do, okay? I'm just giving you some things to help keep it in the forefront of your mind. So clarify your goals. Identify your personal motivations. Why are you doing it? What's motivating you to change your lifestyle? Is it that your heart's fluttering? Is it that your blood pressure is running a little high? Write a personal mission statement. My mission statement is I don't want to disappoint my master any longer. I want to be with my wife until we're 90, 100 years old and he takes us both home. When I die, I want to die because I'm dying of old age. And I want my family to circle me around my bed. This is my vision. I want my family to come around my bed. And I want to speak the last loving words that I have in my body to my wife. I want to give my sons the last orders from their father, telling them that I love them, the goals, the things that they have in their life that they're going to be able to accomplish. I want that. I want my daughters to be there. I want to give them my last kisses and hold their hands. And I know that unless the Most High takes me, unless he takes me early, I won't be able to do that. But my vision is that's what I want. So I have to fight for that. That means I can't pick up that hot dog, all beef. Can't eat that hot dog no more with all the nitrates and nitrites that are in it. Can't do that chemical mess no more. That means I can't go pick up that pizza that I used to go and eat from Papa John's. Can't do it no more. Now if I want some pizza, hey baby, can you go and knead some dough together? And can we, puree some tomato sauce? And if I'm going to use cheese, can we get some like real hard cheese, the real stuff? Let's make our own pizza and eat pizza together as a family. But not that stuff out there that is made of four ingredients out of the whole pizza, 4 ingredients. We can't eat that no more because that kills me. Let's make something that brings life to our bodies. So I can't do those things anymore. All right? Break down your goals into small steps. That's most of our problem. Y'all got to give me 5 minutes. I'm sorry. That's most of our problems. We want what we want right now. And if we don't get what we want right now, guess what we do? Boop. Throw it out the window. I got to have it now. It ain't working. Look, I done this for 3 weeks and I done lost 5 pounds and I'm mad now. I should have done lost more weight than this by now. No, we're going to give ourselves goals to go by. And we're going to give ourselves tangible goals to go by. Not these fake goals, not these goals that are too far out that nobody can accomplish them and you set yourself up to fail. No, we're going to say, I'm going to lose 1 pound this week. Just 1 pound is all I'm going to lose this week. When 12 weeks pass, I will have lost 12 pounds. When 52 weeks pass, I would have lost 52 pounds. See, those are the goals. And then, you establish your routine. How are you going to get to those goals? I'm going to get to it by doing this. Every morning, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go walking. I'm going to get my blood circulation going. And I'm going to eat this food right here that brings me life. Build accountability. That's another one. Build accountability. Put yourselves around people who has the same mindset as you. I promise you will help each other and you will pull each other along. Get yourselves around friends who think like you. I'm sure you can find them. Put yourselves in groups that thinks like you, who has the same hopes, the same principles as you. Put yourselves around those persons. All right. Celebrate your milestones. Baby, I lost a pound this week. I said I was going to lose a pound this week. I lost a pound this week. Baby, good job. I think we ought to go celebrate. Well, let's go. Let's go celebrate. Let's go to Jason's Deli and eat a salad. That's what I did. Hey. I went to Jason's Deli. If you got one around, they got one of the best salad bars you can eat from. It's exactly what I did. Celebrate your milestones. Tell your friends your milestones. Hey, man. Hey, Ron, listen. Listen, man. I lost 1 pound this week. Man, I've been gaining 1 pound for 16 years. I've been gaining a pound a week. This week, I lost a pound this week, man. That's an accomplishment. Okay, learn from your setbacks. Listen, I tell this to my private Facebook group all the time. They'll say, hey, Ed, man, I failed this week. I fell off the boat this week, man, and I'm down. I'm on myself. Do you know what I say to them? Let me tell you what I say. Get back up. Get back on that horse and go. So you fail. How many good horsemen have ever ridden a horse and didn't fall off and get back on and go? So what you fail? So what you got a setback? And you learn from it. You understand what put you there. And you give yourself some allowances sometimes so you don't call them a setback. You call it an allowance. Today, I just feel like I gotta have some salted nuts. I'm fiending some salted nuts right now, and I gotta have some salted nuts. Well, what you done put in your bank for the last 2 weeks? I've eaten fruit for the last 2 weeks. I've had salads. I've had no processed food. Well, hey, I think you got enough in your bank. You could probably go get you a little salted nuts. Go get them. And then after you eating it, leave it alone. See, that's the way we have to strategize in our mind to make it. When we restrict ourselves so much, we're like, I just can't keep doing this. I can't keep holding on. See, that's what happens. You get tired and finally you just let go and give up. We can't do that. Strategize. Give yourselves those privileges every now and then, not all the time, every now and then to get the monkey off your back and you can keep going. All right? Learn from your setbacks. 106. I said 5 minutes. Stay connected with your why. Capitalize on your motivation. Means go back and look. Embrace your growth mindset. Some of you, it's not going to take a week. It's going to take months. We've learned to do what we've done all of our lives, and we want to get it done within 1 week. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. Now, I'm going to point you in the right direction, but it's going to be up to you to do what you have to do necessary to be able to accomplish that. All right, homework. This is your homework. Work on your why. Focus on what will motivate you to stay the course. This requires some sitting down, quiet place. Hey kids, y'all got to go to the next room. Daddy need time to think. Requires you to sit down, get some time to yourself, and process everything that you have been through. Process everything that you feel like you're going to need. Process what steps you're going to need to take. Hey, I think maybe once a week, I'm going to allow myself to have this just so I don't feel like I can't do anything. And then after a while, you start taking that one thing away because you're overcoming and you don't need that anymore. Okay, so do those things. Also, read and meditate on the following scripture, John 10:10. We went over in the beginning. All right. Your resources for the last 2 days has been the Bible. That's going to change tomorrow. Tomorrow, today's boring. Today's was boring. Tomorrow, we're going to get into some real stuff tomorrow. Tomorrow and Thursday, you just hold on to your seats because we're going to do it. All right, we're going to go after this and why we can't seem to leave this processed food alone. Let me say this. I want to thank my wife publicly. She didn't know I was going to do this. I want to thank her publicly. You should have seen the homework papers that I had for y'all. Y'all, it was bland, looked like mess. Somebody done typed it up, and I was going to send that out. And my wife said, oh no. Baby, really? Yeah, I mean, what do you want? No, she took over. And she developed and she designed all of the homework for everyone. So I want to publicly thank her. That's just things that's not in me, y'all. And that's why we make such a good team. 50-50. We work together. And that's why things turn out the way that they do when you work together. So I just wanted to lift her up in front of everybody. This is a team thing between she and I love her so much. All right, so I got done at 10 minutes after. I apologize for going over. But trust me, you better be glad it's only 10 minutes. So tomorrow, what we got for tomorrow? I already know what it is, but let me make sure I don't mess it up. Food Game Changers, the Mindset Toolbox. We're going to go over some things about food, and we're going to go over some things that you're going to need in your mindset. You're going to need to learn some things tomorrow that will help you overcome your situation. So, all right, it has been great. Once again, I wish that I could dialogue with you all. Again, if this has helped you, please go into the Facebook page. Encourage other people who are not like you. Some people don't want to get on the Facebook page and say anything. Just give them some encouragement. If this helped you today, I read it and it touches my heart. There was some of you all that put some stuff up yesterday that literally brought tears to my eyes. And I was like, thank you, Father, that people can hear. And so I just want to thank you all so much. If you would, please, I don't care if you type something up or if you haven't done a video yet, please do a video. It only encourages the other people who are listening. I don't need to be puffed up or have no clout for anything. That's not why I'm asking you to do that. The Most High, he keeps me humble. See, you puff me up, he got to humble me. So don't do that. All right? I thank you again so much. This has been great. This has been good for me. It really does help me understand my own why. And I know that you all will be developing your why. So work hard on it. Take some time. Think over it because this affects the rest of your life. All right? Hey, you all take care, and I will see you all tomorrow, and I am so looking forward to it.